the first affirmative cross-examination of the negative opening remarks. Now, the negative position makes 3 points. They make an educational case, a social case, and a legal case. We'll deal with those in that order. First, the educational case. Vouchers provide less accountability. The negative makes that argument that the voucher programs are not required to adopt public education standards, that they do not ensure highly qualified teachers, nor do they administer assessments. Yet the very next point they make suggests that there is no academic difference between private voucher programs and public education, as demonstrated in their 3 year study conducted in 2002 and published by the Journal of Economic Development. Now, isn't that the point? You get the same results for less money as we had made in our opening arguments yesterday, not to mention the balance of the unused money remaining in the public education system, making the public education system wealthier on a per pupil basis. Even if the public school must maintain some cost when the voucher student leaves, does it amount to up to 60% saving the schools enjoy by that student leaving with their voucher, or with only 40% of the funds, as demonstrated by states like Indiana? I really must think the negative for proving our point in this case. The next case they make is the social case, and this is the weakest of their three positions. They suggest that vouchers threaten civil right protections, that it would increase racial and socioeconomic disparity, and the cost of top tier private schools may be prohibitive. Unfortunately, they offer no evidence. They cite the opinions of the National Education Association, which is simply a teachers' union, without independent peer reviewed research. Again, as stated by the opening arguments of the affirmative, that vouchers actually help lessen economic and racial disparities, as demonstrated by the Hoover Institute's independent peer reviewed study. Conducted in Edgewood, Texas, that there was equal access, greater racial and socioeconomic desegregation, and as stated by Professor Green of the University of Texas, private schools are actually more integrated nationally, as driven by the U.S. Department of Education's data, by at least 7 percentage points. Additionally, other countries such as Sweden have been offering vouchers since 1992 with great success. Just look at their national reading, writing, math, and science scores as compared to those of the U.S. The students can go to any kind of school they want, religious, public, or private. Isn't that success? Now, the negative arguments are simply not backed by evidence and are simply self-serving when they should really be concerned about their students. Finally, they make the legal case. The negative asserts that this is an issue of separation of church and state. However, the U.S. Supreme Court has overturned a ruling by the 10th District Court of Appeals which declared that school choice violated the Establishment Clause. Now, the U.S. Supreme Court states that they were not in violation due to the fact that once the funds are placed in the hands of parents, they can do as they see fit and is no longer a federal attachment. Even the article the negative cites by Mr. Dennison is entitled Constitution Check. Are the state's Blaine amendments on shaky ground? Well, the answer is yes. In fact, you can go as far as to say that the ground has been pulled out from beneath them. As of now, the negative arguments are on shaky ground and bear no evidence to validate any of their points. Again, I appeal to the panel to adopt the proposition and make good educational choices through vouchers and a reality for our children.